All right, we're back at Canada Games down in Niagara and at Brock University, and just a great day today. Not quite as hot as it was yesterday, so that is some good news. And along with the sports, which we did see yesterday, there's also a big area here which involves all kinds of booths and displays, and we're going to touch base with a couple of them this morning here, or actually 3 or 4 of them here this morning, and it's free to the public to come on in and enjoy it along with the games as well. The first one I want to touch base in is the first one that we saw here at the beginning, which was the Indigenous booth area. And they've got all kinds of neat displays here about sports from the past and that kind of thing. And this is, when I played lacrosse, this is the kind of lacrosse stick I had, this one right here. Now this is the kind of top they use. I'm not partial to these ones, I like the old styles ones, but there's also some other games that go way back before the modern day, or mostly modern day lacrosse. We're going to go talk to Dallas SQUIRE, so come around here. Dallas has got some things going right here. So we looked at the lacrosse sticks, but not everybody had a lacrosse stick, Dallas. So what did they do way back when for fun?
Absolutely. Again, as you mentioned, not everybody had a lacrosse stick, and this game, very important, connected to our story about the beginning of all things. But so they wouldn't be left out, what people did is they tied 2 balls together. And this game is called double ball. So anybody can grab any type of material to make 2 balls, tie them together, grab a stick from the forest floor or wherever, right? Put the ball on the end, goes over your shoulder. Now you have a game similar to lacrosse. It's played just like lacrosse. There's teams, and you can pass it amongst each other. Everybody has a stick. And again, it's played just like lacrosse, and to get a point, you'd have to wrap it around a post or hit a tree, right? So a simple game in lieu of lacrosse if not everybody had a stick.
That looks harder than actual lacrosse. Now, what have we got here? What is this?
So this is another one of our traditional games called bone and toggle. And again, hand-eye coordination was a huge thing in our culture, right?
Yeah.
So to play this game, this is the toggle, the stick part. You hang on the stick where the string meets a stick. Right. You rock it back and forth.
I'm rocking.
And the ideal is to land the bone on the stick. See what you got. There we go. Oh, just like that.
So close.
Super fun game.
I think I got a broken one here. This one doesn't want to play right.
Not as easy as it looks, right?
We only have so much time to do this, folks.
Right.
So I'm gonna
the beauty of all these games, there's no batteries needed, right? So everything is made from nature, and so that's what's so special about these games.
And that goes back to heredity and the teachings and everything.
Generation upon generation, every game has a story, right? If you were to come and see us here at the booth, there's a story that goes with all of these games. It's not just playing the game; there's a story, and it's delicious.
Okay, thanks. And you'll be here all the time, talking to people, telling them about what's going on in the past.
Come by and see the Six Nations information booth here at the Canada Summer Games.
Okay, thanks for that.
Thank you.
Appreciate that. I'm going to practice this other thing though.
You need it.
We are back at the Canada Games site and the Canada Place, which is an area to see all sorts of things that are, well, games related in our actual sports. So you can come down here and watch all the sports that are going on at Brock University for the Canada Games. There's also other things, interactive things you can try, and we're here right now. One of the booths, which has kind of caught my eye, was Parasport Ontario. And this is, and we talked about it a bit yesterday, some of the sports have all kinds of things involved. They have able-bodied, they have para, they have Special Olympics all involved in here, so people from whatever background, whatever situation can be involved. And right now they're doing some displays here, trying to sort of drum up, not to say interest, but tell people that there's some neat things going on, and just to how to do things. And I want to talk to Jeff here, Jeff Thiessen, who runs the show here.
Well, thanks, Steve.
Who, anyway, so it's a great opportunity for you to get the word out when people from across Canada are coming here, that parasports are something that you can do, and why not think about it?
Yeah, absolutely, and it's more than just getting the word out. We have each day a different demonstration, a different parasport that people can actually try. So today is para-athletics. You can hop in a racing wheelchair that's on rollers, give it a go, try some throwing events from a sitting chair. So it's that experience that really sticks with people, I think.
Mm-hmm. Now, how have you found developing parasport in Ontario? And I want to be very indelicate here and just ask you about your own situation. You had an accident as a child, lost both your arms. that must have been devastating, no question. But then you've come out of it. You've come out ahead. You've moved on. You've been able to do things, and that's a tough thing to overcome.
Yeah, it certainly is. It's a long time ago for me. I was 11 years old. I had an electrical injury, lost both hands, as you said, and life changed that day. I was a really active kid, just played any sport I could get involved with, and had to find some new ones.
Okay, and it wasn't just an easy thing. I'm sure you had other support, pushed you. Where did that come from?
Yeah, well, certainly my parents, and my dad being he was from the country, a rural guy, said, you know, if you can still skate, Jeff, you can still play hockey. And what about the stick, Dad? And he figured it out. He drilled holes in the shaft and made crazy, funny-looking attachments on the end, and actually dragged me to the arena. It was something that I was really afraid of, but without that push, I wouldn't have played hockey again, and I'm quite certain I wouldn't have ended up on Paralympic podiums either.
Okay, and you're looking for people who are like that would like to step out but are afraid.
Yeah, there certainly is that fear factor, and we just really encourage people to give it a try. It's a community of like-minded people that enjoy sports, and sometimes the equipment, it's just leveling the playing field.
Okay. Excellent display here. We've got some great weather too for the rest of the week here. So come down here when you're at the Canada Games site. Make sure you come down to the Parasport Ontario and check out all the games you can try here to see how good you are. We are back here at the Canada Games site at Brock University, Niagara Place, which has got all kinds of non-athletic things going on, and we've been watching this all morning. Still have a couple more segments to go. Now, to run something as big as a Canadian event, a cross-Canada event, it takes a lot of people. 4,500 volunteers are part of this whole show, or it just wouldn't come off as well as it would. Now, 600 of them are Francophone, specifically Francophone because the Francophone community, because the Canada Games are English and French, Francophone community wanted to make sure that it did have its language, customs, things about it that make it part of Canada, enriched Canadians' lives are part of this event. They have their own pavilion, and you want to jump into here. First of all, I want to talk to Peter HOMINUK, who runs the whole show here from the Ontario Francophone Assembly. So tell me a bit about the importance of having not just a presence, but a vital presence here.
Well, from what I understand, when the Canada Games were put together, they really wanted to bring together the entire country, which includes Francophones in Quebec, but Francophones outside all over Canada. Just in Ontario, there's 744,000 Francophones here in the province. So making sure that our Francophone presence here in the region and across the province is recognized, is seen across Canada throughout the Games. And l'Assemblée, our organization, worked with the Games for over 2 years, recruiting Francophone volunteers. There's over 600 Francophone volunteers out of the 4,000 volunteers that are helping with different components. One of the events that we are helping out with is the Francophone pavilion here.
Okay, now Aaron's going to get a shot of these. There's an interactive here too while we're talking here. But tell us a little bit about what they're doing here.
Well, this is it's a living tapestry where we're letting the people who come to the we're asking the people who come to the pavilion to contribute, to color, to put their color. One of the slogan of the Francophone Pavilion are all the accents are welcome, and so all the colors and all the different accents throughout the province bring a lot of color. So we're doing this living tapestry. Within the pavilion, there's also going to be live entertainment. Our staff is here to greet people, and
there's lots of comfy couches too. Because one of the other folks were telling me that this is a place where people from all accents can come and hang out.
Absolutely, and we want Francophones. And you know, there's been Francophones from all the provinces that are here playing on in different sports. There's amazing stuff happening here at the Games.
Okay, so come down here to the Canada Games and also the Niagara Place. Jump in at the Francophone site and get involved. Got some good swag too, by the look of it.
Absolutely. Venez nous voir au pavillon de la francophonie.
Okay, come down here and check it out as part of the Canada Games.
It's worth the trip.
We are back at the Canada Games site, and just a lot of people coming around here, not just for the games, but also for the pavilions that are here as well. So make sure you come down to Niagara Place when you're at Brock University, behind the very awesome new center behind us right here. It was part of the legacy for the Canada Games. All this area right here is awesome. There are 18 official sports for the Canada Games, but there's one unofficial one, and that is pin collecting. And I got to introduce you to the guy who's squiring us around, Christopher, who's making sure from the communications people to make sure that we get where we want to go. And he's got a phenomenal collection of pins already, official, unofficial. And just give me a quick, why do you collect all these? You must have millions now.
It's part of the fun, Steve. So I think you get to connect with people from all over the country because every province and territory has its own pin. Every sponsor does as well. And so it's a way to engage with people, have conversation, share some laughs, and share some pins.
Okay, that said, we got to go and talk to a guy that I have known since 1984 when I was out west working. He was with the Rough Riders, Barry Taman, and it's like old home week here. Like yesterday, I met the swimmer from Barrie, my hometown. Today, it's Barry Taman, who I worked with over the years in Regina with the Rough Riders. And Barry, just you're with this, been with this group for a while now. So tell me the evolution of pin collecting.
Well, pin collecting, I mean, it's such a big social part of the games here. And it sort of expanded from the Olympics, where it is a huge part of the Olympic Games. But it's all part of getting the athletes to mix amongst themselves, the sponsors and everyone. So it just brings everyone together. And it's such a simple part of the games, too. And it all comes with a pin.
And you can get it here at your center. Now, is there one that you gotta have? When people come here, they gotta get this pin somehow.
Well, the Nunavut sets are always the...
Nunavut.
Yeah, Nunavuts are always the tough ones at all to try to trade for it, and because there's very few of their athletes here, but it's the gold medal of the pins.
Okay, any reason why that has happened? Is
Well,
it
I
because
think
they're from far away?
It's because they're far away, and there's not as many made of the sets for them. But it's just that I think it's part of the inclusion of the games. I mean, Nunavut's the newest territory, the newest part of Canada, so it brings everyone together, and that's what the Canada Games are all about. It's a great event, and brings the whole country together, athletes and fans and sponsors, and I mean, it's fabulous here. You get to see all these kids from all across Canada talking to each other, they're playing each other, and now they're making friends.
Right.
And the next step is like we just had Commonwealth Games, and then it's Olympic Games for some of these athletes. So
yeah, so come down here, not just for the Canada Games, but also for Niagara Place. And you got to come and see Barry, say hi, tell him I told you to come, and say hi to him because he's a great guy working out with the riders. And now you're getting involved with, has been involved, him and his wife, with the pins here. And you got to get pins, so none of it, that's the one you got to watch for when you come to the Canada Games, so write that down.